Welcome to Magic Tale World, where every story comes alive with wonder. Let's open the book and begin our adventure together.
Have you ever wondered what's stronger, a gentle touch or a powerful gust? Let's find out in a story about two very different friends, the mighty wind and the warm, glowing sun. Once upon a time, high up in the sky, the wind and the sun were having a little chat. The wind, who was always a bit of a show-off, puffed out his cheeks and boasted, "I am the strongest thing in the whole wide world. Nothing can stand against my power." The sun just smiled gently, its rays twinkling. "Oh, really?" The sun replied softly, "Strength comes in many forms, my friend." Just then, they saw a man walking along a winding road down on earth. He was wearing a warm, cozy cloak wrapped tightly around him. "Aha!" boomed the wind. "Let's have a contest. Whoever can make that man take off his cloak is the strongest. What do you say?" The sun, ever so calm, agreed. "A fine idea. You can go first." So the wind took a deep, deep breath, puffing up his cheeks like two giant balloons. And then, whoosh, he blew with all his might. The air turned icy cold, the trees swayed and groaned, and leaves swirled in a frantic dance. The man on the road shivered and pulled his cloak even tighter around his shoulders. He hunched over, battling against the fierce gust. "Ha! He's just stubborn." The wind grumbled. He took an even deeper breath, gathering all the air he could. Foosh! He unleashed a furious gale. It howled and roared, kicking up dust and rattling everything in sight. The poor man could barely walk. He leaned into the blast, his cloak flapping wildly behind him. But did he take it off? No. He wrapped it so tightly he looked like a bundled-up cocoon. The wind blew and blew until he was completely out of breath and had to give up, exhausted. I can't do it," he wheezed, slumping behind a cloud. Then it was the sun's turn. The sun didn't make a sound. It simply peeked out from behind the clouds and began to shine. At first, it was just a gentle warmth, like a soft blanket. The chill from the wind started to disappear. The man on the road straightened up and sighed with relief. He felt the pleasant warmth on his back and smiled a little. The sun continued to shine, getting a little brighter and a little warmer. The birds, who had hidden from the wind's fury, came out and began to sing their cheerful songs. The man felt the warmth seep through his cloak. He thought, "My, it's getting quite pleasant now." He loosened his grip on his cloak, letting it hang open a bit. The sun smiled and poured down even more of its golden rays. It wasn't a harsh, burning heat, but a lovely, toasty warmth that filled the air. The man started to feel a bit too warm. He wiped a bead of sweat from his forehead. "Phew," he said to himself. "It's gotten much too hot for this heavy cloak and wheat tat." He happily unwrapped the cloak from his shoulders, folded it neatly, and tucked it under his arm, continuing his walk with a spring in his step. High above, the wind watched in amazement. The sun simply shone its gentle, warm light, and the man had taken off his cloak without any struggle at all. The sun turned to the wind and said kindly, "You see, my friend, sometimes gentleness and warmth can achieve what force and fury cannot. Persuasion is often stronger than power." The wind, humbled, finally understood. From that day on, he tried to be a little less blustery and a lot more like his warm, wise friend, the sun. And so, the moral of our story is that kindness and a gentle approach can often be more effective than trying to force your way. A little warmth can melt even the iciest resistance. Did you enjoy our story today? If you did, a little tap on the like button would warm our hearts, just like the sun. Share this story with someone you love, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next adventure. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.
Thank you for watching Magic Tale World. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more magical adventures tomorrow. See you next time!